This is Talk of the Town, a weekly program featuring community events happening in and around Northeast Michigan, with your host, Nancy Smitham, and get the latest from Alpena Community College with Dr. Don McMaster. And now, today's Talk of the Town.
Good morning and welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Nancy Smitham. My first guest is Jackie Krofchak, who is the Executive Director of the Alpena Area Chamber of Commerce. Hi, Jackie.
Hi, Nancy. Always awesome to be here.
Always awesome to have you here, and I know we're going to start talking about career readiness, but I just want to touch on the Chamber annual dinner meeting. Every year we touch on it, we say it's the best one ever, but this one was the best one ever.
It was the best one ever.
It really was.
And it's crazy it was because it was on probably the worst weather day that we've had in the last 12 months. It was, you know, sleeting and snow and rain and freezing rain and, you know, ice on people's windshields, and we still had a record number there. We had some people that didn't come, but we still had a record number, and we did fantastic. It was so much fun.
Every time I go into Home Depot, I congratulate Jerry on the Wellness Award, and I say, thank you. I said, that was so wonderful. I'm glad that you won that. He goes, well, we've done some great programs here, and we're pretty proud. And I mean, he said people come in and mention it to him all the time.
They do, and I know some of the other award recipients have been getting feedback and congratulations and notes. And the other thing about Home Depot, I just have to say, is they do so much for that event.
Yes.
Yes, and they do the backdrop for us. They put, you know, what else can we do? How else can we help you? They're just amazing.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So today we want to talk about career readiness and what the Chamber does for career readiness. And how did it all get started?
Yeah, so, and you're involved in it, so
Yes.
you're pretty familiar with it, but we, several years ago, I want to say it was about 4 years ago, we had already been participating in various components with the high school of career readiness, participating in career exploration days or guest speakers in classrooms or setting up job shadows here and there. And a couple years ago, we just decided that we wanted to focus more on it and kind of bring it all together instead of piecing it together. We wanted to make it a package of what we were doing. So we put together some ideas, and we started offering job shadows and really promoting that in the high school. And then we also met with all of the teachers during some of their all-staff meetings and told them about some of the services we could offer. And then we also worked with the staff there to create some curriculum to actually teach to the students. So every year it varies a little bit what we do, but we started out with 9 weeks with all of the seniors, and we talked to them about resume writing and interviewing and soft skills and some of the things that our employers are really looking for. We've also done some career exploration days with them, and so every year, depending on what time they have available for us, we change it up and fit the time that they have. So this year, and you're one of our volunteers, which is
Yes.
fantastic, thank you. We are meeting with every single 11th grader through their English classes, and we've got volunteers going into the classes to teach resume writing, interviewing skills, soft skills, looking for a job, and then once you get the job, now what? So negotiating and kind of those job expectations.
Well, it's really fun, and I have to say Alpena High School has some phenomenal teachers and some phenomenal students. I think I emailed you, but my experience this past week was so wonderful. I was in Mr. Meyer's class. The kids were a little groggy because I go first thing in the morning, but it didn't take long, and they picked up and they asked wonderful questions, and we were laughing, and I just enjoyed it immensely.
Yes, so it was interesting to me because we go back to, we're asking the teachers to give up a chunk of time.
Right.
And so this year when we first scheduled this time with them, they didn't have their advisory period anymore, so we needed to find a different way to make it work. So they said, well, why don't we focus on our English classes because all 11th graders are in an English class. And when they went to the teachers, they said, absolutely, we think this is a great thing for them. So we had it scheduled in February, and the first 2 were canceled because of snow, and then it was looking like the third one was going to be canceled. So we said, what do you want to do about this? And they came back to us, and they said, our contact there said, we talked to all of the teachers, and they said they absolutely don't want to give this up. So they're still willing, even with all these snow days, to let you guys come in. And so we moved it into March. We're going into our 3rd week of it right now. We'll have one more after this. And I just got notice from one of the teachers that said one of her students is so excited because he has an interview coming up for something. Yeah, and he said that he thinks a lot of the reason he was able to get the interview was because of what he learned in his classroom. Yeah, so that was really cool. And you know, working with employers, that they are looking for certain skills and some of these soft skills that are hard to find. So to be able to teach that is a really cool experience.
And you know, the best part is listening to their stories about when they've applied for jobs and the stories that I can tell them about people that I've worked with applying for jobs, because some stories you hear, you think this can't be true, but it really is.
It is, and that's why we like to use volunteers from the real world, you know, from the business world, because you do have real stories and examples you can share with the students. And I think sometimes not hearing it from their teacher, we could hand the curriculum over to the teacher and say, teach this, but it really means something different coming from someone like yourself who's been in that environment and can tell these stories like, no, this actually happened.
And I saw a note that came through that you're still looking for a few volunteers. Did you get those slots filled?
Well, so we were looking for some volunteers for our last week, but now our last week falls on a half day for students. So we're actually in the process of figuring that day out.
Okay.
So we may be looking for volunteers, but what I would say to anybody is we plan on doing this in future years as well, every year hopefully, and we're always looking for those volunteers. So if people are interested, contact the chamber.
Okay. So other things happening at the chamber. Where are we right now? It's March, and what's happening?
Well, we just got done with one of our Good Morning Alpena events, and that one went really well. It was going beyond status quo. So how do you get through a status quo, you know, hurdle? Because we know we do need to focus on change and improvement and constantly evolving our businesses. So that went really well. We're in the process of planning a customer service training day, because we're always being asked for customer service training. So we hope to see good turnout at that. We are planning our LeaderCast event for May. We are planning our fireworks fundraising kickoff. So, oh, shame on me, I don't have my bracelet on today. But we do have some glow-in-the-dark bracelets again we'll be selling to raise money for the fireworks. And we're also still getting our new employee, our membership director, kind of just involved in everything and learning everything that we do, so she can really get out there and promote the chamber.
Well, she jumped in with both feet, that's for sure.
Yeah, she did. She showed up at her first day, was at one of our events, and she just hit the ground running. So she's been doing a great job.
And you know, I'm on the Good Morning Alpena committee, and I'd just like to encourage people that if you come to the luncheons or come to the breakfast, come, because it's just a wonderful time. All the business people in your community are there, good chance to network and work with people, and you truly find out things that you didn't know before you went in the door. Yep,
and we changed that series a little bit this year, so we have GMA and GMDA, which is Good Midday Alpena. And we changed the series a little bit to offer more tangible pieces people can take away and implement in their lives or in their businesses that day or in the very near future. And so we've had 2 of those events so far this year, and we've gotten great feedback on them. So that change, I think, was a positive change.
And everything can be found on the chamber website.
alpenachamber.com.
Thank you so much, Jackie.
All right, thank you, Nancy.
Thank you. I'll be right back following these messages. Hi, welcome back. My last 2 guests are both from Thunder Bay Theater. I have Anna Mark and Lucas Moquin. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
So we're going to talk about the Glass Menagerie today. Who wants to start? Tell me about Glass Menagerie.
Well, the Glass Menagerie is one of the cornerstones of American theater, written by Tennessee Williams. It's just a wonderful study into a few different characters, and it's really about it's just about the interactions that those characters have with each other and how they deal with outside pressures.
Okay. Is it happy or sad?
You'll get both.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll get both for sure. I think everyone will be able to relate to the family dynamic in the Glass Menagerie, and definitely the characters have a lot of high points, a lot of comedic moments, and there are some sad moments, I'm not going to lie to you. You might want to bring a tissue. Okay. Maybe just one. Okay. But a tissue.
Okay, and I'm not familiar with it, and I mean, I've heard the name, but I guess I've never watched it as a movie or paid attention to it. So is it for all ages?
I think it can be, yes.
It can be. I would say maybe like 11, 12 and up, I would say would be probably the best bet. You don't want to bring your toddlers unless you're really trying to like get a lot of emotional education to them, because there are some emotional highs and lows that might just go over their heads.
So what era is it set in?
1939.
Okay, all right.
Right at the high point of the Great Depression and right before war erupted in Europe.
All right, so tell me about the character you play, Lucas.
Tom Wingfield.
Okay.
He is the narrator and also a character in the play.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
All right, and you?
I play Laura Wingfield, Tom's older sister.
Okay.
Laura has a disability. She is, her leg is crippled, and she is also working through some mental difficulties that have sort of set in and are in the process of getting worse throughout the play. So the play deals with trying to set Laura up with a gentleman caller, a suitor, and sort of what she goes through and what her mother and her brother are going through to kind of make this happen for her, and their difficulties and their struggles and all of that.
So who are some of the other characters and who are playing the parts?
We have only 2 other characters. So our mother, Amanda, is played by
Miranda Robinson,
and the gentleman caller, his name is Jim O'Connor. That's played by Matt Gabbard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so when is the show going to be on so we can come and see it?
It's on April 5th through the 20th. And we do have talkbacks after every Thursday performance. Yes, so if anyone is like, okay, I just need to talk about what I just saw, definitely come to our Thursday performance. And shows are 7:30 on the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and 2 p.m. on the Sunday shows.
Okay, so everybody get your group together and come on down.
Come on down.
So we have time left yet, so what else is happening at Thunder Bay Theater?
Oh, we've got a lot in the works. Our lobby renovation has just gone underway.
Okay.
Lots of noise, but it's very exciting. It's very exciting.
Beautiful when it's done.
We've started Dance Academy now. We've gotten a lot of good support for our educational tours, which it's really just snowballing in a game, accelerating.
Yeah, there's some events actually coming up this week. This Sunday we have a board game night at the theater. So that's all ages welcome.
Yes.
Sunday, I want to say, do you remember what time?
I think we're planning on like 3 to 7-ish.
3 to 7.
So,
but check the Facebook because I'm not really sure.
Check that social media.
And then women's panel is going to be Wednesday.
Oh, and
at
what
7
is that?
p.m. So that's going to be a panel of women talking about gender inclusivity and women's rights, and specifically like the disparity in theater, especially with women getting jobs and things like that. But it's open to anyone who is a woman or does not identify as a woman. They should definitely come and check out the panel and listen to some of the things. Feel free to bring questions as well. And then Charlotte's Web is opening this week, which is the show with young adults in it and young people. That opens on Thursday night. And it's going to be very fun.
Yes,
very
it already looks and sounds great. I haven't sat in on a rehearsal yet. I'm very excited to see it though.
It should be wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Thunder Bay Theater is known in our community for bringing good productions, so I'm sure everything's going to be wonderful. And I know you always have a need for volunteers at the theater. And give me an idea of some kind of things volunteers can do. Right now,
the most support that we can get from the community comes from donations. Just the other day we had a lovely couple bring in some costume items. We did have to say we can't use these, but
we can take
some of these.
Yes.
So donations in the form of costume pieces, props, monetary donations are always lovely. We always are looking for people to support us in other ways as well. So like our board members do a lot for us by the way of fundraiser opportunities, also, and just inviting the core company into their homes. We get that. That's very much appreciated.
It's some good home cooking.
Oh yeah, because when you're in rehearsal for 6 hours a day, 6 days a week, it gets a little tiring.
But I think one of the most supportive things is to just show up.
Yeah, just come to the shows.
You'll have a great time, and that's
your
always
reward
our
for all
reward.
the work you do. Yes.
Yeah. So
without an audience.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have enough time. One more time. When can we come to see Glass Menagerie?
We open on April 5th, and the show runs through April 20th.
Okay, so check the Facebook page, check the Thunder Bay Theater page, and you can
ThunderBayTheater.com. That's theater with an R-E.
Okay, and people also, I know you always need help designing sets and building sets too. So if there's any good carpenters and electricians out there, feel free to stop by.
Sure, we're always looking for more help with our productions, whether it's design, tech, performance. Just come talk to us.
Do you know what the next production is after the Glass Menagerie?
After the Glass Menagerie, we pick up with Into the Woods.
Into the Woods, okay. So I just looked at your website too and I drew a blank, okay.
Yeah.
Into the Woods, so that'll be another good one.
Yes,
Very
that
good.
kicks off our summer season.
Okay, wonderful. Well, thank you both so very much
Thank
for being
you.
here.
Thank you for having us.
Stay safe and stay warm.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I'll
You
see you
as well.
again soon.
Thank you.
Please stay tuned for Dr. Don McMaster following these messages.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Dr. Don McMaster. I'm president of Alpena Community College, and I'm pleased to have as our guest this morning Jeremiah Brousseau, vice president of the Student Nurses Association and a student in our registered nursing program at ACC. Welcome, Jeremiah.
Good morning. Thanks.
So the Student Nurses Association, a really interesting group. Tell the viewers a little bit about it.
Basically, we're a body of students that are in the nursing program here at ACC, which is a great program. We do what we can do around the community to help everybody else out, different programs, different charities and such, and we raise money to give back to our communities. Some of the things we've given back to is like last semester we gave back 715 cans of canned goods to the Vietnam veterans to help families in need for the holidays. We've given furniture sets to the Sunrise Mission to help for battered women, to help them out, and different things like that. We've given to places in Oscoda and anywhere around the Northeast Michigan area is where we kind of focus our attention, because those are the ones that help us and donate to our program to make us a stronger program.
Wonderful. That's a great synopsis and a great initiative. So you folks have a fundraiser coming up at the Aplex, I understand.
Yes,
Tell
we
the
do.
viewers a little bit about that.
That'll be the 23rd of this month. We're going to have hosting a first time ever cornhole tournament by the SNA. And it's been kind of quick and harsh to put together, but it should be a pretty good time. And we hope a lot of people come out and support us, and so we can support the community back in return.
So folks who haven't done tailgating before may not know what cornhole is. What is that?
Cornhole is a Michigan-based game that it's basically planks of wood with a hole in them, and you toss these bags of, well, corn bags or whatever else
Sure.
traditionally, but you toss them in and you score points, and it's a little competition that's become a very big event here in Michigan for everybody to partake in. There's much family orientation, things like that as well.
Wonderful. And your hope for the funds from that activity, where do you figure those might go?
We don't decide that till later in the semesters and whatnot. And basically, after graduation, the following semester, the student body gets together, the student nursing body, and we decide where we're going to donate our funds to. And we look at the timely manners of what's best to donate them to. Often around December, we pick off Make-A-Wish trees and things like this to support local families that are in need of, toys for their children or socks or anything else that we can contribute to. So that's often the one for the fall semester. The spring semester, we're going to play that one by ear and see how we go.
Wonderful. Well, what a great event. Is there is there admission charge or?
There will be a $20 to $5 per team sign-up fee, and $30 the day of the event. There'll be an email to SNA at, I think it's myacc.alpenacc.edu. You can contact any of the officers to register a team, or $30 the day of the event. First place prize will be a 4-person golf package. Second place will be a set of cornhole boards, and a third place prize will be tickets to an Aplex sponsored event. 8
Wonderful.
tickets.
That is great. Well, tell me how you're enjoying the nursing program at ACC.
Well, it's very overwhelming, and there's a lot to do, especially being an officer and whatnot. We do the best we can. It seems overwhelming at first, which it kind of is because of all the different programs you use, and you have to get comfortable with different online programs to self-teach, as well as the excellent faculty we have to help support us. One thing that is really wonderful about the program here is we get a lot more hands-on and clinical time than most other colleges, and I think that's a very big pulling thing for other people to come in. We have some students that are, as far as Texas, have come here to study here at the ACC with us because of the quality program we have here.
I've heard that before, and that a number of programs don't allow that due to liability or fear of litigation.
Yeah, not only that, but also some go to just observation only.
Right.
And here we're allowed to actually get hands-on, work with our patients, and I feel that builds us a stronger quality student body, as well as initial workforce nurse coming out of the program, because a lot of the initial jitters are gone once you work with the initial patients like that.
I bet you learn a lot when you lay hands on a patient for the first time.
And the interaction, the discussion. I learned this past semester, one of the greatest things is the interaction of the discussion with the patient, to get to know them as a person, and as well as to look back into the things that could be causing some of their issues.
So what drew you to nursing in the first place?
Well, I spent about 12 years taking care of multiple grandparents of my own, 3 of them that I've known. And I switched from that into being an EMT, and then from there I parlayed that into going into nursing, because it's very rewarding to the soul and to financially speaking, I guess.
Absolutely, and you were referencing before we started filming an activity you hope to do in the Philippines.
Yeah, this summer I'm hoping to join a team. My cousin Eric Wool brought this to my attention, but it's Surgeons Without Borders, and I'm hoping to join the team of volunteers to go to the Philippines and provide surgeries to the much needed people over there that cannot afford to have them done as we do here in the United States.
Wow, what a dream and what a great endeavor on your part. So you're in your first semester of your RN?
Yes.
So you would graduate not this spring, but next Christmas?
Yep.
Okay, and what are your plans then?
I'm planning on going for right away to my BSN, and I'm thinking about taking up Davenport, partnering with the Alpena Community College to present a bachelor program here, which will be very great because we can achieve the same credits and same credentials, but we can do it here locally at home through ACC, and through the deal that they've arranged, it would be actually a cheaper cost for us students to continue on that way. And then I'm not certain, but I'm intending to hopefully go to either nurse practitioner or nurse anesthetician. I can never say that word properly.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
But that's kind of the directions I'm looking for now. But I want to take a couple years off to go and maybe do some travel nursing, go to some places, get a lot more experience before I make that final decision.
Very good. And you're an Alpena person, eventually would like to come back and work here in the Alpena area? Or?
Yeah, I'd like to come back and retire over here again and try to kick back to the community even more and be more involved here and try to keep it going in a better direction, a positive direction that it's been going the last 10, 15 years.
Yeah.
It's really becoming a lot better place, and I've seen it grow myself, and I've seen a lot of people I know, mutual friends, are great leaders in the community, and I think it's got a good direction that it's going to, and I'd like to support that.
That is well put. I agree. We have about 30 seconds left. Anything you would like to share with people out there who might be considering nursing or nursing education at ACC?
I think the first step is the scariest one of going into the college, meeting some people and see where you're going to go and what you're going to do. Another option for them to choose is either looking to go into a CNA program, which is kind of a good introductory course, but also maybe ask somebody within the nursing departments here at the college or people around the hospitals in your local areas to see if you can shadow them for a day. And you never know, you might just find what you want to do for your passion of your life, like I did.
Jeremiah, that's a great story. Thank you for sharing it. Thank you, folks, for watching Talk of the Town. We'll see you again next week.
This has been Talk of the Town with your host, Nancy Smitham and Dr. Don McMaster. For a list of community events taking place in Northeast Michigan, please visit our website at wbkb11.com and click on our community link. This has been a Thunder Bay Broadcasting Corporation production.